So this is the instructor workstation that has been set up for you. It's located in building 837, second floor, in the recruiting office. You're looking at it through the webcam that is mounted at the top of one of the monitors. This workstation is set up with one main logon that any of the instructors would use in order to use this workstation. The user ID is the instructor. The name of the workstation itself is called Instructor Station. And the password will change periodically. You'll be provided the password the first time that you go ahead and use the station. So, because this is a workstation that will be used by multiple instructors, you will need to go ahead and schedule it so that you will have full use of it without having to double up with somebody. And the way to do that is to go ahead and open Chrome, your browser. The first thing you want to do is make sure that you are logged in as yourself into your Chrome environment. And because I have not done this before, it's prompting me to do this. Once I've done it the first time, it'll just be there for me to select to switch to. Okay. And now what we're going to do is open our calendar. You can do this at your desktop as well. You don't have to do it here at the instructor workstation. And what you're going to do then is select the date and time in which you want to schedule use of this workstation. And you find it on your calendar and double click. And one of the first things you want to check is under Rooms. You want to make sure that Instructor Desktop is available. If it is, you'll be able to add it right here. If for some reason it's not in this list, that means that somebody else has already scheduled it, and you will need to pick a different date and or time in order to find it, schedule it, and have it available for your use. Once you've added it, you can go ahead and just put training content or whatever would indicate what you plan on doing with the workstation, and hit save. You don't need to invite anybody else. You just need to make sure that when you're doing this, that in terms of rooms, etc., there is Instructor Desktop. Okay. So now that you scheduled the use of the Instructor Desktop, now we want to point out a few things that you're going to be able to use. There are a couple of applications on here. The real reason for using this workstation as opposed to your own Chromebook to create training content really has to do with, it really has to do more so with these applications and the need to create a video and or audio content to add to your lesson content. If you're just creating text-based context with just even photos attached to it, you do not need to use this workstation to do that. This workstation has a couple of applications, as I said before, that will allow you to create video with audio content for your lessons. The first application I want to make you aware of is an application called Screen-O-Matic. And actually that is what I'm running right now in order to catch the video that you're currently seeing and in order to capture the audio while I'm creating that video. Okay. The other application that you would use, and that would be to just capture sections of the screen, is an app called Gadwin Print Screen. And when you are doing that, you will just take and open Gadwin Print Screen from the system tray, and then this will pop up. And essentially, if I want to just capture a portion of the screen that I'm looking at, I would select here, which is I would be able to select a rectangular area. If I wanted to capture the whole window, which is what you're currently seeing, I would click here. This is your settings, information, and if there's you need to see the history of what you've captured. So the best thing to do is to prepare, and part of what it means to prepare is to go ahead. For instance, if you know what you're going to show involves a couple different programs or websites, the best thing to do is go ahead and open those ahead of time. Let's say what I'm videotaping has to do with Project Pilot, so I know I'm going to need Project Pilot in here, so I go ahead and bring that up in a tab and I log in so that it's sitting there waiting for me for when I want to select that tab. Maybe I also want to go and I need, part of my video is going to involve the front desk website. So I go ahead and put that in there. Let's get print screen out of the way here. There we go. Okay. And I know that what I'm interested in is, say, the chart of accounts or the org chart. Here's the org chart, so I look for that. I get that ready to display. And then I basically am opening any of the programs or tabs with the content that I want to demonstrate or cover during my video. So I've got all that ready. If I'm creating video for an SOP or for a particular lesson, it is helpful to create a script ahead of time. It helps you to identify all the things that you need or want to cover during your video. It also helps to identify the verbiage or the content of what you want to cover, whether it be bullet points just as a reminder, and then you can free flow your words, or an actual script that you can follow that you've developed probably from practicing it a couple times.